Have you ever noticed that a tiny pinch of salt can completely transform a dish? French fries taste bland without it. Soup feels flat. Even chocolate and caramel seem dull without just a touch of salt. But why? Salt doesn't just make food salty. Somehow, it unlocks flavor, making foods taste richer, sweeter, and more satisfying. In this video, we're going to explore why salt enhances flavor, how it interacts with your taste buds, how it reduces bitterness, boosts sweetness, and even changes how your brain experiences food. By the end, you'll never look at salt the same way again. How taste works. To understand salt's power, we need to understand how taste works. Your tongue is covered in thousands of taste buds, and each one contains taste receptors that detect 5 basic tastes: sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami. When food dissolves in saliva, it activates these receptors and sends signals to your brain. Salt is made of sodium chloride, and when it dissolves, it releases sodium ions. These sodium ions are especially good at activating salt receptors, but that's only part of the story. What's fascinating is that sodium doesn't just trigger salty taste. It also amplifies other taste signals, making them stronger and clearer. Think of salt like turning up the volume on a stereo. It doesn't change the song, but it makes everything easier to hear. This is why properly seasoned food tastes more alive and more complex. Salt suppresses bitterness. One of salt's most important jobs is something you don't even notice: it reduces bitterness. Many foods naturally contain bitter compounds, including vegetables like broccoli, kale, and Brussels sprouts. Bitterness can overwhelm other flavors, making food taste harsh or unpleasant. Salt works by blocking or suppressing bitter taste receptors, preventing them from sending strong signals to the brain. When bitterness is reduced, sweeter and savory flavors become more noticeable. This is why adding salt to coffee, dark chocolate, or even grapefruit can make them taste smoother and more balanced, even though they aren't less bitter chemically. In short, salt doesn't remove bitterness, it hides it, allowing better flavors to shine. Salt enhances sweetness. Here's something surprising. Salt can actually make food taste sweeter. You've probably experienced this in salted caramel, chocolate chip cookies, or watermelon sprinkled with salt. The salt doesn't add sweetness, but it makes sweetness more intense. This happens because salt reduces bitterness while also enhancing the brain's perception of sugar. When bitterness is suppressed, sweetness becomes more prominent. Additionally, sodium ions can increase the sensitivity of sweet taste receptors, making them respond more strongly to sugar molecules. That's why desserts often contain a small amount of salt, even if they don't taste salty at all. Without it, sweets can taste flat or one-dimensional. Salt boosts umami and savory flavor. Salt plays a major role in boosting umami, the savory taste found in foods like meat, cheese, mushrooms, and tomatoes. Umami comes from compounds like glutamates, and salt helps these molecules bind more effectively to taste receptors. This creates a deeper, richer, and more satisfying flavor. This is why salt makes grilled meat taste meatier, cheese taste cheesier, and broth taste fuller. It's also why foods like soy sauce, fish sauce, and miso, which are naturally salty, are such powerful flavor enhancers. Salt doesn't create umami, but it unlocks it, making savory foods taste more complete. Salt affects smell and mouthfeel. Flavor isn't just about taste, it's also about smell and texture. Salt increases the release of aroma compounds from food, making smells stronger as you chew. Since smell contributes up to 80% of what we perceive as flavor, this makes food taste richer and more complex. Salt also changes mouthfeel. It can make food feel juicier, creamier, and more satisfying by affecting how proteins and fats interact. This is why salted butter tastes richer than unsalted butter, and why properly salted soups feel fuller and more comforting. Your brain loves salt. Finally, salt affects not just your taste buds, but your brain. Sodium is essential for nerve function, and your brain is wired to enjoy salty flavors because they signal important nutrients. When salt enhances food, it activates reward centers in the brain, making food feel more pleasurable. That's why undersalted food feels disappointing, while well-seasoned food feels satisfying, even if it's simple. Salt helps your brain interpret food as complete, balanced, and enjoyable. So why does salt enhance flavor? Because it amplifies taste signals, suppresses bitterness, boosts sweetness, unlocks umami, enhances aroma, improves texture, and activates your brain's reward system, all at the same time. Salt isn't just a seasoning. It's a flavor amplifier, a balance keeper, and one of the most powerful tools in cooking. The next time you add a pinch of salt, remember, you're not just making food salty. You're helping every other flavor shine.